Welcome or welcome back to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out some advice for you, or what should you do. I've got 3 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the red Jasper. Group 2 is the Amethyst. And Group 3 is the white Quartz. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and get in touch if you'd like a personal reading. The information will be below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the red Jasper. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards, you have the 11th house, where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. From the sacred power reading cards, you have freedom. From the elemental oracle, you have outer core, fluidity. From the true heart intuitive tarot, you have the 5 of discs. And the 3 of wands, and then the ace of cups, and from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot you have the 9 of swords, and the 4 of cups. I'm seeing there may be some financial problems right now, and you might not be looking in the right direction to find the plan forward. You might need to refocus so that you're pointing in a different direction, so that you're looking at different options. I feel like someone's really stressing and going over and over problems in their mind, and maybe not feeling up to very much, and it's like stopping you from doing what you could be doing, or saying yes to what you could be saying yes to. Kind of seeing you stopping yourself from doing what you want to do, or doing what makes sense for you to do, or asking for help even, or something like that. So I feel like you need to not distract yourself, first of all, and try not to, try not to go looking around corners for the solution, or looking too far, because it seems like really straightforward. It's like straight ahead of you. It's not something to the side or a different direction. It's not a different way from where you started looking, I want to say. It's like really obvious which way you need to go. And I want to say it's a bit easier than you think to save money. And it's a bit easier than you think to find money if you need money. And I want to say it's a bit easier than you think to come together with people, and I want to say the right people at that. And I feel like someone might have some bullies, and I feel like it's easier than you think to just say no. It's easier than you think to just push them away, or detach from them, or not communicate with them. I feel like someone might want to turn their head away from someone they were looking at as an option, because they're not really good for you. It's like they're stressful, and they might be a bully, and they maybe make you cry. They give you really stressful things to think about. So I feel like you need freedom from this person. Like, they're very different from you. They don't have the same beliefs or desires or wants and dislikes and likes and all of that as you. And I feel like you need to get free of these people where they don't want the same as you. So you can focus on what you want for your future. And get really confident with expressing yourself the way you truly are, and going towards what you want rather than maybe trying to people please. Because I feel like there may be some friends hanging around you that are trying to bully you into doing things their way. Like, oh, come this way, like do it, come with us. And you don't really want to. It's like you were trying to do something different. And I want to say you can still say yes to social opportunities, and obviously like still try and be grateful and generous and open and ready to receive from people. But I also feel like there's a lot of people you need to be ready to say no to and close yourself off to. It's like it depends on the person and whether they agree with your vision for your life or not. It's like, is this the person you want to see in your future? Or for those of you where it's about not romance at all, maybe you're single and you're not really interested in anyone, maybe it's more about career. Like, are you in the right career or not? Like, do you see this career in your future? Do you see this job in your future? Do you see this picking up more money or picking up more sales? I feel like for someone where it's like a business situation that you might have on your mind right now, There's more avenues for you to make money than you think. But I feel like you're staying fixed on the same one. And the same one feels like other people might have maybe not come through that way as much as like customers, I want to say. Like maybe that avenue is not as good as it usually is. You might find there's a lot of competition, or maybe people don't have the money for that particular thing or service anymore, but there might be other things you can do that people still like. And I feel like you've got like a blind spot right now to things that you should focus on. And I feel like it might be from someone around you who's distracting you, actually. Like they're giving you a blind spot because they don't want you to look there. Like they're constantly trying to make you focus on something else rather than what you need to focus on. I feel like your intuition's very powerful. Also want to say something is coming through about it's like cleansing and washing very well. So I feel like sometimes when you go out there might just be like really bad bacteria, and you might be needing to wash better, like to cleanse better when you come home. To wash your face better and wash your hands better, that's coming through very strongly. I feel like for someone there's something you've done which you like really regret, and I feel like it wasn't very good for you to do it. But you maybe just were like, I want to say, trying a new thing, and you didn't really like it. It may be like a bedroom thing, and I feel like it wasn't what you wanted, and maybe you didn't really want it in the first place, but you eventually agreed even though you didn't want it, only to later regret that, and I feel like you really don't want it again. So this is just a reminder to say no and be maybe more strong in your distance from people and your closeness to people. Like just don't allow people access to you so much, I want to say. You may have been really open and receptive to people a lot and giving a lot of your energy away, I want to say, like giving too much of yourself to people. And you might have ended up with too many people admiring you or around you or buzzing around you. Maybe your phone's buzzing too much. Maybe you have too many people to see and it's stressing you out. And maybe you just need to say no to a few more of them because you've kind of got a full friendship circle or you're too busy already. I feel like you can't really manage more right now than what you're already doing. It might be time to say no to some of the stuff you are doing so you can say yes to more. And I feel like there's like there may be some conflicting views in your head. Like you have a morality question of like, is this right or is this wrong? Or is this for me or is this not for me? And I feel like it's a stressful one for you. It might be giving you a lot of headaches. I feel like it should be really obvious if it's for you or not for you. And I feel like you will find the solution is in your emotions, like trust your emotions and how you feel. I do want to say there's something coming through about washing, and for someone there might be something coming through about maybe needing to get a test, like a just like a bodily health test, like maybe to I feel like it's like a urine sample to your doctor for them to check everything or something like that, just to make sure everything's fine. Just to make sure you're good, and I want to say drink more water. It feels really important, like you might want to flush out your system right now. I feel like you should take a little bit more care of yourself as well, because it feels like you may have been focusing on too many things that were not important to you personally. It's like the things that were important to you personally you got distracted from by things that were stressful and annoying. And I feel like you've been left with maybe less energy than you want for the things you actually want. And you've kind of got like a clutter of things that you don't want that are making you feel drained. So I feel like you need to get some freedom from the people and things that make you feel drained. And you'll be able to open up and be grateful for new things and give love to new people, I want to say. Or maybe give love to some old things by passing them on to someone else. Do you want to say someone's got like a hanger on their friendship circle and they're always in your ear? And I feel like they're quite friendly sometimes, but they also stress you out. You may need just a little bit of time away from this person. They might always be asking you for money as well. Like, can I have this? Can I have that? And I feel maybe you have better friends out there that you like. You just need to be confident in walking away from the ones that you don't like. I also feel like there's some communication coming in soon from someone you really miss. But it might stress you out because it might have like a bit of an angry tone. Or I feel like you and this person may not be on the best terms and maybe you argue. And I feel like you may want to ignore it for quite some time and they might come with a better message. Because I feel like they'll be kind and loving on one side, but they also might be a bit bullying or something. Like their energy's a bit annoyed towards you. And I feel like if you detach for a while, you might get better communicational message where it's like a bit more apologetic for them coming across like mean or as a bully. So I hope you enjoyed that group one. Please come for a personal reading if you would like one. The information is below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget to check out the information in the description box if you would like a personal reading. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards you have Vesta, the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center, and quiet dignity. From the sacred power reading cards you have compassion, from the elemental cards you have rain, fecundity, from the true heart intuitive tarot you have strength, and the Queen of Discs. And then from the Rider-Waite Smith tarot you have the Eight of Wands and Justice. I feel like there's a lot going on for you and you need to stay very productive. I'm very busy and very active and it feels like your emotions might go into different places at times. But you guys are going to be very good at controlling them and keeping on top of them and managing to really just stay focused with what you're doing and keep control of your own life. I want to say like you can manage a lot of things without anyone else's input, without waiting for anyone else, without delaying yourself, without putting it off until tomorrow. It feels like there's a lot you can do right now. For some of you it might be just organizing things or sending off some communications or finishing up with a work project. This seems really good. It seems like if it's a work thing, that it's going to go really well and there's some like progress with it. It feels like it's developing and it's very fertile. There's a lot of room for more growth in the situation. And I feel like it's quite a special time for making things right for yourself, like doing what you need to do to make your life right and not really letting other people distract you, but still being kind to other people. Let them be there for you and be there for them a little bit. But don't let yourself get sidetracked, I want to say. It feels like there's maybe, for somebody you might have some lust demons or you might be a bit lustful right now. You might be in a situation where you're in maybe a lot of short-term relationships, like sexual relationships, and it might be throwing your energy off. You might need to maybe be a bit more compassionate to yourself and maybe wash away some of the people who you don't like as much. And I also feel like some of you might be in a relationship which is very sexual in nature, and I feel like you might have a baby soon, so be careful if you don't want that. But I also feel like if you are in a relationship and you do want a baby, that might be for someone. It's just like a case of more, like just make it more frequent and try and, I want to say time it better, like time it for the right window. It's like there's a small window of opportunity and you have to get it right. You have to do it on the right days. I want to say if you're the feminine, trust when you're feeling it, let's say, without getting demonetized, like not when he's feeling it, but when you're feeling it, is when it's the most fertile time. That's a random message coming through, but I feel like that's for somebody. I feel like it will happen when the time's right and you're going to do really well with it. I want to say it's going to be really amazing for you. But yeah, I feel like your money and business can go a lot better right now if you put a lot of effort in a short amount of time. And focus on just doing the right things and maybe overcoming some of your lust or your, I want to say your extreme passions. Like you might need to focus more on the practical day-to-day stuff rather than what's really your dream career or something like that. It's coming through that you might have to just focus on what's most practical, what's most realistic, and maybe you can still have those feelings. And if you get some free time, maybe you can focus on those things which are more far out, that are more maybe creative, that are more things that you love. And I feel like for things like, I want to say like dates and things like that, it feels like once you finish with your work, it would be a better time. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's like you need to choose right people. You need to choose the right people because I feel like you're very fertile at the moment and you could end up with like, for someone like a lot of kids, like in maybe a week, you sleep with 8 people. And you end up with, especially if you're a man, like 8 pregnancies by the end of the week. It's like you're fertile and your partners are all fertile. It's one of those things where I feel like you would just about financially afford a thing like that, but only just. I feel like you need to be a bit strict with yourself right now about certain things, people in group 2. You need to think about what's right and wrong, both for you and also for others, and also on a spiritual level. Because it feels like you don't have that much time. You need to be sticking to the plan. You need to try and aim things right and not waste a minute. I want to say it feels like you have a lot to do, and if you take too long, then it's like wasting time and you're missing something else that you should be doing. I feel like you need to keep aiming in the right direction and not change your focus. Keep going towards the things that you know will work for you as well, I want to say. And take care of, again, like the environment you have, your own home. It feels like you should clean your home very well. Try and get, I want to say there's like dust mites or something in your carpet. You might need like a better vacuum cleaner. You might want to, I want to say cleanse your fabrics better. You might need a new fabric softener, or to wash on a hotter temperature, or maybe just some new clothes for someone might be helpful. Feels like time to be kind to yourself and time to be grateful to yourself for how hard you work and how well you're doing and how well you take care of yourself. And time to devote a little time to exercise and nutrition, I want to say, focusing on eating and drinking and making sure that you're well, making sure that you're healthy, making sure you've got enough energy. Because I feel like you're going to need energy and you might want to get some, I want to say short runs in, like little sprints that feel fun for you. Like go for a small run outside and I think it's going to make you feel really better. Make you feel way better about yourself. But do try and rest as well. And I want to say there might be a really exciting relationship for somebody, which is very passionate, but it might also be committed in the future or now. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of conversations about this relationship. And I feel like it's time to maybe initiate certain conversations about this relationship. But do be aware that it might come across maybe a bit forceful in certain ways. You might want to stick to what's practical and realistic if you're communicating with someone. Especially if you're communicating with them a lot, I feel like you might want to stay away from your feelings and your lust, because it might be distracting for that person, and I think it might be better for you to focus on what's practical. And so just like, how was your day? What are you doing at work today? Rather than like, I'm so horny and I miss you. It's like, just focus on like, how are you today? Like, just make it a bit more basic, because I feel like it might be coming across a bit distracting and annoying for someone, and they want to just like cleanse the relationship a little bit. It's like if you're wondering why someone's not replying, it's like maybe too much conversation, and yeah, it's coming through for someone. It's like you're wondering why someone's not replying. It's like a bit forceful. It's a bit too sexual. It's a bit too much, and it might need to be a bit more conversation about, yeah, like day-to-day practical matters and what's right, and maybe like your spiritual systems, and to try and find out whether you're actually aligned, whether you have the same goals, whether you have the same direction in life. It feels like you barely know each other's name. To be honest, like for someone's relationships, like all you do is fuck with each other and you don't even know each other's names, really. You don't know what each other do for a living, and you don't really stay in contact much, except to have like a flyby sext with each other. And I feel like you're maybe giving too much compassion to this person, too much time to this person, and it's not really the best for you. And it's like, if you do end up getting a pregnancy with this person, it's going to be a bit of a long process for you to learn about each other. It's like you're already having a child together and you don't know whether you have the same religious beliefs or not even. It's like quite a serious thing. So I hope you do take that seriously, and I'd say try and take life seriously and try and do the best you can and put as much energy as you can into the right things. And do try and slay the day every day, I want to say. Try and look good and try and feel proud about yourself. It feels like you might be in a position where you're very attractive to people. And I feel like if you're single especially, it's very good for you to be claiming your own worth and your own value and saying no to people who are not up to your standards. Like, try to have conversations with them about like their spiritual beliefs and stuff first. And also respect yourself and hold yourself with I want to say like your own class and your own character. Like, don't try to be other people. It's coming through like I need to tell you to try and dress for yourself. Like, don't try and dress sexy for people so much. I want to say for someone, it's like you're trying to dress sexy for someone, but they wouldn't mind you just being more yourself because they think you is more sexy than like the sexy you're trying to be. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please don't forget to hit me up if you'd like a personal. The information will be below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. This reading's for you if you chose the white quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards you have Pisces. This energy is wistful, endlessly loving, compassionate and forgiving. It confuses and softens resolve. From the sacred power reading cards you have self-love. From the elemental oracle you have oceans, bravery. From the true heart intuitive tarot you have death. And the Queen of Cups. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot you have the Chariot. And the Six of Swords. It feels like you have a journey to make and there's a lot of moving to do in general. It might not be a physical journey or a physical move. But for a lot of you, I feel like it is. Like you might want to move to a new house. You might want to move abroad. You might want to move to a different city. You might want to just change everything. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new way of thinking, maybe it's a new way of dressing. It feels like you're going through some kind of transition where you're changing in life, and I feel like you're devoted and focused on where you want to go, and you have a lot to do, and it feels like quite a lot of hard work, but it feels like you're passionate about it and you have a feeling about it, and you are currently enjoying yourself in the feeling that you're having about it. It feels like something's ended and something's shifted and something's changed. And there's like a new you emerging, and it's like a unique, different part of yourself which you're not used to knowing. And I feel like that part of yourself is guiding you to somewhere new, which is kind of across the ocean to like a different land, so to speak, in a metaphorical or literal sense. I feel like you're picking up on things psychically which may be quite intense. And I feel like you have to be, I'm seeing somewhat brave to overcome the intuition and emotions and like psychic impulses to be able to just get on with your work. Sometimes I feel like it's like no time for feelings and just time to get on with work even though you have the feeling still. It's just certain times of the day you might just have to get on with it, and it's like your feelings are mattering still, but it feels like there's a time and place, there's a time of day, and there's other times of day where it's just like time to quiet it and just maybe get on with your work and try not to distract yourself. Try not to think about anything other than what you absolutely must do right now. I'm seeing your inner child might need some love right now. There may be a friend or someone who you still carry with you, but the relationship's kind of over and you're not really speaking to them anymore. Maybe they've changed, maybe they're a completely different person than who they used to be. And I feel like it might be a bit difficult to heal from maybe like taking this person out of your aura and replacing it with your own self. It feels like that's quite a difficult thing for you to do. But yeah, I'm seeing some things that are like dead and rotten and it's time to get rid of them. It's time to change. And I feel like someone might have some health stuff which they need to look into. Someone might need an x-ray or surgery or some kind of internal scan to make sure everything's okay. It feels like there may be something that's been missed and you may need even like an MRI, full body scan. I feel like there may be some really interesting mind stuff going on that's related to the body and not actually the mind. It's like more about your inner body than like your inner mind, I want to say, like your bones and your skin. I want to say it's like something deep within rather than external that is needing to be adjusted or changed or healed. And it's not like the mental health, it's more like physical health matters. I want to say for somebody, it's time to give a toast to something and like a goodbye and on to the next kind of way. It's like feeling like a new chapter in life is starting and you need to shed the old and bring in the new so you can get just like really focused on where it is you're going in the future and not back where you come from. Because it feels like where you come from, there's been a lot of disappointments and disasters and endings, but the wheel is still turning, things are changing. I feel like if you keep your eye on the prize, you will find something to focus on which is worth looking forward to. But yeah, it feels like you're going to have some difficult days at the moment, and I feel like you do need to be brave to just get over your emotions and maybe just get on with the job and just get on with it and go and do it anyway and stop trying to bring yourself backwards. I feel like you can't go back to the past now. It's done. What's done is done, and what's over is over. And you have to take your feelings from where you are right now and just move forwards with them. And if it's sad feelings, then I feel like it will get better every day. And in the future, it will look better. And I feel like you have to just stick with the plan and make sure you're still motivated. Because it feels like it's difficult to go back anyway. There's not much you can do now until you get somewhere. And you're kind of in a transitional phase where you're not able to go back where you came from, but you're also not where you want to be. So just keep going for now, keep straight ahead. And I feel like there will be time to maybe refocus in the future. But for now, just stick with what you're doing. And I feel like you just need to feel happy about it. And for some of you, there's something you need to say goodbye to from the past so that you can focus on something in the future and have a purpose or a goal. You might be able to dream something up. You might be able to feel something that's really important for you. And just take care of yourself right now if you don't have like a really important goal. Maybe there's other people taking care of you. Maybe your family take care of you or your partner. So lucky you if that's you. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And get in touch if you like a personal reading. Bye.